Hey friend, it is Kate here. Thank you so much for jumping on my channel and joining me for a class today. And more importantly, joining me for day 13 of our New Year's challenge. If you're brand new here, we are in the middle of a lovely New Year's challenge. Each class is standalone. That means you can come back at any time, repeat it. You could go and start over from the beginning, and I'll put a link up there where you can find the first class. We are focused on hips and glutes this week. We are going to do a fabulous Pilates Yoga Fusion class guided by concentrating on that lower portion of our body. There are a few moves that are a little bit more challenging for my beginners, but know that you can always pause. You can take a moment or two. You can modify for yourself. I am proud of you. I am excited you are here no matter how much, how little of the video you do with me. So roll out your mat. Let's get started. We'll start lying on our back today, so just go ahead and lie down. Aren't you happy to hear that? But we're going to work hard, don't you worry. So simply begin with feet in line with sitting bones, hands lightly away from the body. Go ahead, close your eyes to check in with yourself. How are you feeling today? It is day 13 on our New Year's challenge. I hope you're feeling so proud of yourself because I am feeling truly proud of you. Maybe we've learned a few new exercises so far. Maybe we've worked some muscles that we haven't touched in a while. No matter how much, how little of each video you've done, know that you are doing wonderful and fabulous things for your body no matter what. Go ahead and gently press into your heels, imprint the spine, press the small back down into the mat. As you did that, did your shoulders lift up? Can you gently press the tips of the shoulder blades down to the ground too? Eyes can stay open or closed, but go ahead and take a big inhale. Easy breath out. Big inhale. Big breath out. One more time. Let it go. Seal the lips. Soften the shoulders, relax the face, point the nose to the sky, press into your heels, inhale, lift up, find the top of your bridge pose. Just notice what that feels like in your body today. Do you feel like your knees are kind of falling away from one another? Can you hug them closer together and point them further forward? Can you squeeze your thigh deeper, maybe lifting the hips higher, flattening out the space where your thigh and your glute connect? Can you roll the shoulders back, pointing the nose to the sky, making space between chin and chest? Take a big inhale. From the sternum, roll all the way down to the ground. Hold there for a moment. Again, lightly press the small back down into the mat. Reach your hands overhead and stretch along the side of your body. Can we keep our spine imprinted? Can we keep our neck and chest soft? Maybe smile. Maybe blink the eyes open if they're still closed. And then again, take your hands down by your sides. Actively press your palms, press your shoulders down into the mat. Inhale, lift up, return to your bridge pose. Now really squeeze where your thigh and your glute connect. Give that thigh a great big squeeze. Everything is working so hard through the back of the body. Take a big, full, deep inhale. Exhale, roll all the way down to the mat. Shoulders stay connected to the ground. Inhale again, lift your hips up. Return to your bridge pose. Pause. Full big inhale. From the sternum, roll yourself all the way down. Two more just like that, moving fluidly and smoothly through the top of your bridge and then all the way back down to the mat. No hurry, no rush. This time, again, lift up and pause. Squeeze that thigh butt connection point, roll the shoulders back, keep your nose pointing up to the sky. Take a big, deep, full inhale. Big breath out. Now we're going to make 4 little squares with our hips. I want you to knock your hips over to the right. I want you to drop them about halfway down, slide them over to the left, lift them all the way up, and then come back center and return. So we go right, down, left, up, center. Repeat. Right, down, left, up, center. Last time. Over, drop, slide, lift, pause, center, hold. Shoulders down the back, nose pointing high. If you need to, lower the hips down and then lift back up, giving yourself a pause. That's wonderful. If you've held up with me, that is perfect too. We're going to go to the left 4 times. So we go left, down, slide, lift, center, left, drop, right, lift, center. Each time that you bring your hips back to center and up, think about squeezing the thigh harder. 2 more sets. Down, over, up, slide, center. Last one. Left, down, slide, lift, center. Hold there. Cinch the waist. Squeeze the thigh. Shoulders down the back. Big, deep. Inhale. From the sternum, roll all the way down. Beautiful job. Feel your spine imprint. Pull the navel up and in. Stomp into your left foot to lift your right foot up to the sky. If you do not straighten all the way, that's okay. If you can straighten, that's great. Do you want to point your toe? Does it feel better to have the toe a little floppy? It's okay either way. Regardless of where you are though, I want you to actively drive your your left leg into the mat and then really flex the foot, actively reach it up to the sky. Pretend I'm pulling your heel up. Now point the toe and grow long out through the entire leg. Flex, push the heel up, 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 up. Point the toe, reach it back. Again, big flex, reach it up, 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 up to the sky. Point the toe. Last one, big flex and pause. We've been working on it all week, but we're going to rotate the leg open, rotate it closed. Now, you could just lightly kind of turn the toe in and out, but I want you to find as much external rotation each time that we do that. Really rotate it all the way and then bring it back to parallel. 3 more, just like that. 2 more. Now this next time, bring it back to parallel, pause, point the toe again, reach your toe up to the sky, stomp into the floor with your left leg. That left leg, our left hip and glute should be so active. Give me 5 tiny circles of your lifted leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Take your left hand to your left hip. Make sure your left hip doesn't wiggle wobble. Reverse your circle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Again, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Last time, reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Flex the foot. Stomp deeper into your left foot. Take left hand back down if it's still on your hip. And 3 times. Can we lift up into our bridge pose right here? And then roll it down. Now I know I just looked at the camera. If you were looking at me, I want you to keep your nose up to the sky so our spine stays in line. Last one, lift up. Hold there for a moment. Take a great big full inhale. Point the toe. Roll all the way down to the mat. Set your foot on the floor. Stomp into your right foot. Carry your leg up to the sky on the left side. And then give the foot a flex. Pull the navel to spine. Broaden across the chest. Actively reach long through the back of that foot. And then like we did earlier, we're just going to rotate as much open as we can, bring it back to parallel. As you rotate your left leg open and closed, can you stomp more into your right side, making sure our right leg doesn't wiggle wobble? Can you draw the low belly up and in? Are your shoulders peeling away from the mat? Can you open across the chest more? Last one, bring it back to parallel, pause, point the toe again, reach the foot up, 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 like I am holding the ankle. Tiny circles. Take your right hand to your right hip so we know it doesn't wiggle wobble. Think about your right oblique helping to keep the body still. We go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Again, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Last time, reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Flex the foot again, take the hand down, stomp into the whole of your right foot. Inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale, roll it down. Press into your foot, lift your hips up. Roll it down. Last one, lift the hips up, point the toe, reach a little bit more, squeeze your foot so hard. Bring it all the way down. Ooh, that was a big one. Pull both knees into your chest. Big hug, big squeeze. Circle the knees around. Circle them in the other direction. Maybe hug underneath your little knee pits and pull the knees to the outside edge. It's like a really tiny version of our happy baby. It might even feel nice to gently sway side to side. And then make yourself a teeny tiny little ball, and let's rock and roll all the way up to a nice easy seat. Now sit tall and straight on your mat. Hands on the tops of your shins, lift up. Big inhale, swim the hands high. Exhale, flip the palms, push them down. Big inhale, flip the hands, lift. Exhale, push them down. One more time, hands lift high. Bring them behind the head, elbows open wide. Press your head into your hands into your head. Lengthen through the very top of your spine. Take a big inhale, twist to the right. Look center. Twist to the left. Look center. Let it go. Now from here, we are going to come into a tabletop. We won't be here too long for any of my friends that are not a big tabletop fan, so don't worry. But lengthen and almost envision that we are once again kind of laying on our back. It's that imprinted feeling. I talk about, our Beyonce booty happening here. Really, when I'm asking you to undo that, we're basically just finding an imprinted spine while we're up on our hands and knees instead of on our back. Broaden across the chest, pull the navel in, take a big inhale, tuck your toes, round through the body, and can you hover your knees away from the floor? If it's too much, you drop down, but if you can, hold for 3, 2, 1. Drop it down, lengthen, shake anything out you need to. And then again, tuck the toes, round, big inhale, exhale, hover, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down, unravel the toes. Last time, tuck. And then hold, 3, 2, 1. Downward dog. We won't be here too long either, so don't you worry. Adjust though. Maybe take your feet wider than you're usually used to doing your downward dog. Bend the knees deeper and push your sitting bones up to the sky. Pedal through the feet. Drop one heel down and the other heel down. And then go ahead and look to the top of the mat. Walk your toes up to meet your hands. Find an easy forward fold. Soften through the neck, let the head fall. Sway the hips a little right and left. Bend the knees, roll yourself all the way up to standing. As we arrive tall and straight on our mat, I want us to keep our feet hip distance apart, but we're gonna sit back in a little chair pose. Pull the belly button up and in. Now, usually I do have our legs together in chair pose because that helps keeps our knees in alignment, but we're gonna move in and out of a little lunge. And I want our knees already and our feet already in line with our hips. Take a moment to look down and notice, did your knees knock together? Did they kind of move away from each other? Can you almost think about suction cupping from your feet, sitting your hips back, driving your toes in the same direction as your knees? I'm sorry I said that in the opposite direction. Drive your knees in the same direction as your toes. Reach your fingertips nice and far away. Pull the belly button up and in. Now, take a great big inhale. Big breath out. And then just stand tall and straight. Every time we stand tall and straight in class today, I want you to squeeze where your thigh and your glute connect. Lift out of the waist higher and broaden across your chest. Again, sink back in your chair pose. Reach your fingertips further away. Big, deep, full inhale. Big breath out. Let it go. Stand tall. Immediately squeeze your thigh and your glute connection point. Lift up higher every time we come to standing. Think about that. Again, sit back down into your chair pose. Navel to spine. Reach the fingers away. Let it go. Stand tall, stand straight, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Now this time, reach out into your chair pose and pause. We're gonna take our hands wide or maybe to our hips. But either way, I want you to pick up your right heel, take a big inhale and push your right toe back behind you until we come into a lunge. Now you can bend your back knee or you can straighten it, whatever feels better in your body. But do square the hips, pull the belly button in, lift your head higher. We talked about last week making sure our abdominal muscles are working in our yoga class, in our lunges. We're now gonna talk about our hips and glutes. Squeeze where that thigh butt connection point happens. Almost pretend that someone is kind of pushing into your hip or into the back of your glutes so you can open up through the front side of your hip and lift out of the waist a little bit more. Go ahead, reach your fingertips up to the sky. Take a big, deep, full inhale. Big breath out. Now from here, hands can stay up or we can take them off to the side, flipping the palms and pressing down into an imaginary table. 5 times, I want you to drive through your front heel, through the left leg to straighten the front leg and then re-bend the knee. Every time you straighten the front leg, squeeze where your thigh and your glute connect, and then re-bend the front knee, taking it nice and far forward. Again, pull the inner thighs together, squeeze where the thigh and the glute connect, and re-bend. It's kind of like when we were doing our little bridge with our single leg. We're really pushing through that one leg to lift up, and then drop right back down. Last one, push up. Drop right back down, pause. Take your hands up overhead, grow tall and straight. That feeling of lengthening your spine we get when we lift our fingertips up. Keep that in mind as we bring our hands all the way to our hips. Did you shrink at all? Can you lift? Lightly pitch forward. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, I want you to pull your back foot in so we're coming back into our chair. So big deep inhale, think punch to the gut. Pull the toe in, sit back in your chair, reach both hands nice and far away. Take a big inhale. Let it go. Squeeze your thought, stand tall, stand straight. Find that lovely, long, tall Tadasana pose, standing pose, mountain pose. And then sit back in your chair. Hold there for a moment. And then stand tall and straight, mountain pose, feel strong, feel those glutes working. Standing can look like we're doing nothing, but our muscles are always active no matter what. Sit back down into your chair. Make sure your knees are going in the same direction as your toes. Let that go. Squeeze your thought, lift up and out of the waist. This time, sit back into your chair, pause. Maybe take your hands off to the side. Maybe take them to your hips. Lift up your left heel or the right heel if you did the other side, and then push your foot back, 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 and start to find your lunge. Again, back knee can be bent or straight, but what we want to focus on is lifting out of the waist, squeezing where the thigh and the glute connect, pushing a little bit further forward with the back of the glute so we can find our nice, beautiful lunge. Reach your fingertips up nice and high. Maybe rotate the pinkies in so you can guide yourself up a little bit higher. Ooh, if you fall over like I almost did, that's okay. And then take the hands right back down. Press down into your imaginary table. Pull the navel in, and now let's think about our front leg. You're going to straighten the front leg, squeezing the thought of my right side, and then re-bend the knee. Squeeze the thought, push to the heel, re-bend the knee. A few more times just like that. 2 more. Now last one. Straighten, squeeze the thought, lift out of the waist, bend, pause, both hands high, find that length in your spine just like we did on the other side. Take your hands out and away, bring them to your hips, take a little pitch forward, think about the back leg now, big deep inhale, exhale, punch to the gut, pull your foot in, sit back in your chair pose, take a big deep inhale, big breath out. Another big inhale, let it go, stand tall, squeeze the thought, rise out of the waist, sit back down. Squeeze the thought, rise out of the waist, sit back down. Big inhale, exhale, squeeze the thought, rise out of the waist. Last one, Pause there, belly button up and in, sit a little deeper. Take a big, full, deep inhale. Reach the hands out. They can come to the hips if you want to. Pick up your right heel. Push through the right foot. Send the right foot nice and far back. Step into your high crescent lunge. Navel to spine, head lifts high. Really think about the back of the neck growing long as you can. It's easy to kind of jet the chin forward, which kind of puts everything out of alignment. But the more I think about kind of the very back of the head lifting up, the easier of a time I have right here. Now once more, hands off to the side. Press down into your imaginary table. Take a big, deep, full breath in. Exhale, maybe deepen your lunge. Do you want to reach your foot a little further away? Do you want to pull the belly button up and in? Another big breath. Big sigh out. And then all we're going to do from here is reach hands and chest forward. Now, it's very easy to dump into our Beyonce booty, but you can think about that imprinted spine so we can focus more on our low body. Bend your front knee a little bit deeper. Oh, is your front leg shaking a little bit? It should be working oh so hard. Take a big, deep inhale. As you exhale, push your hands down by your sides. Another big breath. Big sigh out. From here, pull your back leg back in and find your chair pose. Full breath. Exhale, punch to the gut, slowly pull it in. Sit back in your chair. Hold there, reach the hands out. Pick up your left heel. Slide it nice and far back. Find your high crescent lunge. Is a little deeper than last time, is a little higher. It's okay either way. Pause there, grow long out the sides of the fingertips. Take a full breath. Big sigh out. Like we did earlier, slightly pitch forward, reach your fingertips away, bend the knee deeper, hold there for a moment. Our front leg should be working oh so hard in this great big lunge. Squeeze your back thud, square the hips a little bit more, maybe bend your front knee deeper. Another breath or two, and then slide the hands out and away. Another big breath. Hands can come to our hips or stay off to the side. Pull your knee in, sink back in your chair pose. Belly button in, maybe sit a little deeper, big breath. Exhale, let it go. Squeeze the butt, stand tall, stand straight. Sit all the way back. Exhale, squeeze the butt, stand tall, stand straight. Bring it back down. Two more. Last one, hold there in your chair pose. Take a big breath and then forward fold. Heel toe your feet a little bit wider than the mat. Now your toes can be parallel or we can turn them out. And in fact, you might explore both. Maybe start in parallel and bend the knees and see what that feels like in your hips. Are you kind of craning your neck to look forward? Can you soften through the back of the neck and relax? Maybe sway the hips right here. And then pause, turn the toes out. Do the same thing a few times, bend and straighten with their toes turned out. Maybe it feels really good to really deeply bend the knees. Maybe it feels better to keep it soft. And then you can sway the hips again. Who cares if we look silly? No one's watching us. I mean, you're watching me, but that's okay. You're doing it with me. And then pause. Heel toe the feet back so they're on your mat at least. They can still be a little wider than your hips. Take a big breath. Drop down to your knees. Open your knees, point your toes together, sink back into your child's pose. Full big inhale, big sigh out. Let yourself settle on the mat. Roll yourself up. Go ahead and lie on your back again. Now we're on our back once more, and notice what feels different from when we started class. Can you still press both feet into the floor and imprint the spine? Maybe reach your hands back overhead again. Full inhale, big breath out. Hands back down by your sides, palms into the mat, shoulders broad and open. Like we started class, let's lift up into our bridge pose. Again, find your bridge, and we want to have a long line from our shoulders to our hips at our knees. Sometimes bridge is about opening up through our chest and kind of finding a bit of spinal extension, but when we're focusing on glutes and hamstrings, it's better to have one long line. So squeeze your thud. Pretend there's a ball or a block between your inner thighs. Give your inner thighs a great big squeeze. Take a big inhale. Roll all the way down to the mat. Again, tip the pelvis, lift one vertebra at a time up, and then roll all the way down to the mat. 2 more times, lift all the way up. Lower back down. Last one, lift up and pause. Full inhale, big sigh out. Roll down, hold. Now we're going to cross our right leg over our left. We've already done that this week. And remember, when we do that, cross from the ankle, not the foot, so we're not kind of sickling and putting too much pressure on that knee. Instead of lifting our bottom leg up immediately, we're actually going to lift up into a little bridge here. If this feels too much, it's okay. But I find it's an interesting way to explore my figure 4. Oftentimes here, I'll kind of start to drop one of my lifted knee kind of down and let that hip kind of fall too, so you get the added little twist in your spine as well as that hip opener. You might bring it back up, lift the pelvis up a little higher, and then roll down. If that felt way too much in your body and you're like, I don't know what Kait is doing, it's okay. Remember, we're all different, friends. Cross the opposite leg over. Maybe it feels wonderful today just to let the leg kind of fall over to the side here in a mini figure 4. And when you're ready, again, if you want to lift up, drop that knee down, take that twist. Yeah, I will admit, for me, this feels oh so delightful. Come back to center, maybe lift the pubic bone up higher and then roll all the way down. Unravel. And again, pull both knees into your chest and stir the knees around. When I'm feeling tight in my hips and my knees through my lower body, just circling and finding mobility really does make a massive difference. I like to do this first thing in the morning when I haven't even gotten out of bed some days. And then go ahead and hug underneath your thighs. Pull the knees towards your kind of shoulders. And then if we want to find a true happy baby, you can reach for whatever part of the foot works best. Traditionally, reach for the outside edge of the pinky toes. But if that doesn't work for your body, that's okay, because like I said, you can just hold the backs of your thighs up. Here in your happy baby, some people like to curl their spine, their tail. For me, I'm imprinting my back and I get a deeper stretch through my hips, my inner thighs, more so. I also think it feels super lovely just to take an easy little sway side to side. Unravel, reach hands and feet away. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes. If you want to keep them open, that's okay too. But let yourself settle. Notice how you're feeling. Take a full inhale. Big breath out. Another big deep inhale. Big breath out. One more time. Let it go. Seal your lips together. Breathe through the nose. A moment of stillness, a moment of relaxation after all our hard work. And when you feel ready to move on with your day, a little wiggle of the toes, of the fingers, a nod of the head side to side. Blink the eyes open. Take your time rolling to one side, pushing yourself up to a seat. As always, a big pat on the back. Thank yourself for doing something so good and just for you. I hope I didn't hit the mic too much. I certainly hope you enjoyed class today. I am so proud of however much you've done. You've been doing fabulous. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I cannot wait to see you tomorrow.